Hello and welcome to A Cup of Conversation on BRT2 TV. This week in the studio I have a very different setup, as you can see. I'm not in my normal comfy armchair, but I'm actually even more comfortable sitting on the floor, and I'll be asking my guests what this stall is really called. But we are talking about massage, and I have a very special guest in the studio. His name is Michael de Glanville, and we have an even lovelier guest who will be our dummy, or should I say the one receiving all the lovely massage from Michael. We have our very own Bilac Radio angel, Denise Phillips. She'll be here later on in the programme to receive a wonderful massage from Michael. So first of all, welcome Michael to our programme.
Thank you, John.
Thank you for taking the time out to come to Lefgoshire today and to set up your wonderful instruction with us on the television. We'll be seeing your work a little bit later on. But first of all, I'd like to ask you, how long have you been living here in Northern Cyprus?
Full-time since 99.
99, so quite a long time actually, 16 years.
But my history goes back a lot further than that, because I was born here.
Born in Cyprus?
Yes.
Where?
I was. Nicosia.
In Nicosia?
Before it was Lefgoshire and Lefkosia.
Yeah.
My parents were working here after the Second War, and I was born here, grew up here. I didn't leave, in fact, till I was 11 years old. And then that was to go to schools in England and come back in the summers.
Right.
So I have a very strong connection with the island.
A very, very strong connection, more than I had even. I wasn't born here, I was born in the UK, so it's quite an unusual thing to hear that, you know, you were actually born and you grew up here until the age of 11.
Yeah.
Then went to the UK.
Yeah.
Now you're here since 99, and I know that, well, for those who remember, a few years ago I actually met your darling wife, Viola, and she was here on a different occasion to talk about her work with colours and how to wear the right colours and colour charts and everything, and she's doing great work here. So husband and wife, you're here in Northern Cyprus. Where are you based? In the Guinea area?
Yeah, we've got a house in Çatalköy, and we have our little clinic in the garden of the house. And Viola receives clients there for colour work and for relationship counselling. And I do massage work. And I also have a solar-heated warm water therapy pool. So let's go back now to your profession. I mean, obviously we're here today to talk about massage, but you know, you've got you know, a lot to talk about. I know that you're very multi-talented, but what is your profession? You know, how can we describe your work? It's very different now from what I qualified in the beginning. I was an engineer. And I worked in the oil fields for 7 years, and then I had a change of mind, and I set myself up in a hang gliding business in France, where I was teaching hang gliding, selling, a bit like a pro, where you're selling equipment, you're teaching, and I did that for 10 years in France. And that came to an end with an unfortunate accident where I managed to fly into a hillside and hurt myself quite badly, but not too badly, fortunately.
I'm still here today to talk about the experience, thank God.
And while I was re-educating my body as a result of that, I started doing yoga, and my yoga teacher happened to be a very spiritual man, and he turned my interest into different directions, from engineering and flight parameters and things like that, and began to introduce me to things that you can't actually see, but that you can feel instead of being able to measure. And I began to discover things about myself that I didn't know, like broaden my self-knowledge through that. And I decided that I should become professional and trained as a therapist, initially in breath work, which is a particular therapeutic style of breathing, and then followed that up with massage. And the last 10 years that I was in France before I moved back here, I had a body therapy center in the south of France.
So, what brought you to North Cyprus then? You know, living in France, you know, a lovely country as well there. Was it the roots that you had here that brought you to Cyprus, or were you looking for a different pace of life? What was the initial attraction to come to North Cyprus back in '99?
Yeah, the love of the island was always there. My parents were living here. I would come and visit a lot. And I even flew off Troodos with the hang gliders, had a beautiful flight. Actually, my first marriage broke up, and I decided I'd like to come back here to recover from the trauma of that. And one thing led to another, and I ended up staying. I bought a house here in 1973 when I was working in Libya. And so I came back and moved into that house, which is in Çatalköy.
Brilliant. So a nice, you know, round circle in your life, I suppose. Started here and ended up here as well.
Yeah.
I have to say that I always seem to find that people who with high-flying jobs or with a scientific background or very, very stressful jobs always seem to, later on in life, or at one point in their life, find the escape route via, I don't know, it could be art or literature or something that is more spiritual, should I say. And it seems that that's happened to you as well, in a way that, you know, you found a vocation where, you know, you could release your energies in a different way instead of just, you know, maybe day-to-day stresses of work. You know,
Or you could say that the escape route was working in the oil fields and flying hang gliders, and it wasn't until my mid-40s that I finally discovered my true vocation.
True vocation in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here you are now, and we have some information about your massage. And today we're talking about Touching Hearts massage training. And I know that you know, we're going to be with my colleague Denise Phillips. She'll be here, and you can demonstrate some of the work. Now, in Çatalköy, in your home, you give massages, but here it says, I mean, there's lots of great information, very, very you know, uplifting information about touching and communication between people and spiritual. Tell us a bit about your love for massage and what massage means for you, and a bit about Touching Hearts massage. What does it exactly mean?
There are many different massage techniques. You've got shiatsu, you've got full body massage, you've got Thai massage, and they're all specific techniques and they work beautifully. But when they're really done very well, what makes it into a healing process is going to be the energy that's coming from the massagist. And my feeling is about that is that it's actually not his energy or her energy which is doing the work. It's turning yourself into a kind of a channel by getting focused and centered, and then using your hands to transmit the correct energy for the person. Even if you don't know what it's going to be, you trust in that happening if you're in a very peaceful state. So when I decided to do this training, rather than training people to do this technique or that technique, I thought I would like to focus on the core of massage work, which is the energy and the personal mind state of the person giving the massage. And my experience with massage training has obviously been in training for specific techniques. And here I wanted to go beyond that, and I feel that this training is really directed to everybody, not just people who want to get a professional qualification. I want it to be of use to people in their families, where they can reconnect with this lost innocence of touch, which they have known since they were children. I mean, how many hours have we spent in our mother's arms, being looked after, being cared for, touched? It's something we know very well, and it's there inside of us. We haven't forgotten it. But because there are professional massagists, we lose contact with it. And then when we mature and we start our own loving relationships and we have our own children, we've always got our parents, we don't manage to share our love with them through touch, which is how the whole thing started when we were born. And I think the main purpose of this Touching Hearts massage training is to help people rediscover that innocence of touch, where there's no agenda behind the touch. I'm not doing this for anything in return. I'm simply doing this because I'm wishing you to feel well and loved and to feel valued.
Would you say that this is a more spiritual massage than the other ones that you mentioned, you know, the normal massage that we might get here on a commercial basis at a hotel, or, you know, I mean, obviously those are more, you know, instant, you know, relaxation, but here it's more of a deeper spiritual thing, isn't it? As you're saying, you know, we all love, you know, as children, you know, touching, and, you know, but we lose that as, you know, the years go by and we get older, and, you know, so to reconnect with each other. Are we saying that maybe here it's nice for families to get together, maybe husband and wife to touch, and or mother and child, or you know, brother, sister, anybody could do this massage?
Absolutely, and it has a completely different atmosphere about it when it's something that's taking place within the family or between friends than it does when you go for a professional massage, because you know the people, they know you, they trust you. So it's very easy to get into a nice, confident atmosphere, and that's when the healing passes.
Fascinating stuff. Do you have to have a background in massage to be able to join your course and to, you know, I mean, let's say anybody out there can come and...
My whole purpose is that anybody out there can come, do this course, and then be able to take that knowledge. They're not going to be giving professional massage, but they're going to be able to express their love and their affection for the people in their family with their hands and feel confident about doing it.
So even if you have had no experience in massage whatsoever, you never touched somebody at all in that way, but you want to learn this and to share with your, you know, loved ones, it's, you know, you can join in.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No
it's something that's innate in us. You know, our hands are how we express our emotions and our feelings. We use them. We do touch people a lot, but we tend to touch them mostly on safe zones, the shoulder, or we pat somebody on the back. If they're very, very upset, we might give them a hug and you know, maybe hold the back of their head or something like that. But we've got out of the habit of using touch in most Western civilized nations as a means of communicating our love for people around us.
I mean, some people might even, you know, I know that some people don't even like massage or being touched too much. Some people not touchy-feely at all. I mean, could that be maybe addressed with this Touching Hearts massage? Maybe somebody who's a bit wary of being touched, maybe they can come and experience it. Maybe they can break down those barriers. Why are you afraid of being touched? Or, you know, I mean,
that's a very good comment. Yeah, I think that can definitely happen. And there are a lot of us out there who do have a certain, you know, distance from touchy-feely, and are quite affronted when somebody actually comes inside the comfort zone uninvited. And working in massage this way, in a small group with people who you develop trust with, you then slowly find the courage to overcome those self-imposed limitations, which are actually standing in the way of you receiving other people's love.
Very, very interesting. And today we're going to have a bit of a demonstration. Thanks to Denise Phillips that we have come together. I know that she also interviewed you for her radio program, The Main Event. And Denise has willingly agreed to become a volunteer so we can see. Before Denise comes on, can you explain to us exactly, you know, what we're going to be seeing with you, from you today? I mean, is this part of the demonstration?
Well, for most families, it's difficult to get precious time when you're going to be completely alone for an hour. You know, you've got children, you've got responsibilities, the cooking, the washing up, and so on. And so conscious touch in the relationship, it needs to be something that you can get yourself centered, get yourself into the energy, and give the massage. 5 minutes is beautiful, you know. Can you imagine you come home from work, maybe you get home first, and you just quickly set up the scenario, and when your partner gets in, you bring them, give them a hug, bring them in, sit them down, and then for 5 minutes, nobody talks, you just touch, you know, ease the stress, and you both relax, because the giver relaxes as much as the receiver.
As the receiver.
Yeah.
And so even 5 minutes.
Even 5 minutes.
Is enough to get that message across.
Yes, yes, yes. And then, of course, you can go beyond that to the moments where, between an intimate couple, where you do create the time for yourself, and then you can turn it into something more sensual, adjusted to the intimate energy that's there between a loving couple. And it definitely enriches the relationship and the way the man and the woman say things to each other.
Yeah. Sometimes it's difficult to communicate in words, but this time the communication is definitely between them when they're having...
And you leave it to the energy.
Leave it to the energy.
Yeah.
Well, let's feel some of that energy now, and let's invite the lovely Denise Phillips into the studio. And she's been waiting in the wings for us.
Hello, Jan. Hello.
Welcome, Denise.
Hello, Michael.
And if Michael can set up the ambience.
So I'd like you to sit there, Denise.
Okay, so Denise is sitting down. First of all, Denise, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
And for setting up this interview for me with Michael.
Been very interesting so far.
Before Michael starts, I just want to ask you, I mean, I know that you are very, very into all these different things, very spiritual person yourself. I know that you are interested in things like this, but for you, what does it, I mean, are you a regular giver or taker of massages?
You know, not really that often, but I do find it very relaxing. But I've only ever been to either commercial massages, like you were talking before, or Reiki, which is kind of different, feeling the aura. So I'm very interested to find out, you know, what this is all about, really.
And are you touchy-feely person? I mean...
Yes, I am. And I think that idea that Michael said about coming in, instead of having a glass of wine given to you, you know, have a little area and somebody gives you just a 5-minute massage must be wonderful.
I bet you'd like that from...
I'm going to teach my cats to do it.
Well said, well said.
I bet you'd like that from somebody close to you, wouldn't you?
Yes, it'll be lovely.
When you open the door.
Yes, it would be.
But I mean, you know, as Michael was saying, I mean, communication sometimes is a bit difficult between people. Maybe this way you can break things down and relax. And so you have no qualms about being touched.
No, none whatsoever.
And so you're going to get a nice massage from Michael now. So thank you once again for being our guest on the programme. And so Michael, whilst you are doing, while you can, if you can explain to us what you are doing, just so that we can get the message across. When you stop talking, then I'll carry on chatting with Denise. But if you can explain it a little bit for now, and start how you would want to start if you were giving a massage.
What I can do is to talk while I'm working. I would never do that in the actual situation. Yeah. Because part of the presence and the connection that I'm hoping to establish means that I have to empty my mind. So if I'm communicating, I'm very happy to do that in today's context. Yeah. But it's not something that I normally do.
And normally it would be in silence, maybe with some background music on? To relax.
Yes, exactly. So,
you know, even though we're making you talk, normally you wouldn't be talking and there'd be probably a bit more of a connection.
But what we can do, perhaps, if you're in agreement with it, if we've got 15 minutes for the massage, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's say for the first 10 minutes, I'll give some commentary.
Yeah.
And then for the last 5, I'll go into the focused silence that I usually work in.
I hope I don't fall asleep. Does that often happen?
Well, I find it quite a compliment, actually, if the person falls asleep.
You let me know when you'll be doing that when you're in the final 5 minutes, and if you don't mind, when you're doing that, then I'll be just chatting with the viewers and just reminding them about what you're offering for the viewers out there. Okay. So, Michael.
Well, with the viewers rather than with Denise, because I hope she's.
I'm not going to be talking to Denise. That'll be afterwards. Yeah. But whilst you're doing that bit, I'll be just chatting away. So ignore me whilst you're doing that.
Right.
Okay. Take it away, please, Michael. Then. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you very much. Are you comfortable there, Denise?
Yes, I'm very comfortable, thank you.
All right. So I'm going to be working on your neck and shoulders and your scalp, and we'll finish off with some facial pressure points. Okay? Yeah. And at a certain moment, I'm going to invite you to lean back onto me so you can relax a little bit more fully.
Okay.
All right? So just develop a nice, steady breathing and relax yourself. Feel yourself sitting really comfortably on that zafu, and breathe yourself into a relaxed state. I have to say it's quite difficult for me to get into a nice, calm feeling in this unusual environment for me.
In the middle of the Bidak studios, with the lights and the cameraman.
But in fact, if you're trying to do this at home, you're probably going to be dealing with a lot of different distractions in the form of the children or the busyness of what's going on around you in the home. And I'm starting off here with a pressor massage with my thumbs aimed at the shoulder muscles, the upper back muscles, which is where we put most of our daily tension. We're holding our heads up all the way through the day. It's not until we lie down that we actually relax these muscles. So for perhaps 16 hours a day, they're at work. And if on top of that, we're not in a good posture or we've got stressful things going on in our lives, then these areas here at the back of the shoulders, they pick up even more stress. So it's a favorite place for an end of the day 5-minute wind down. Just inside the shoulder blades with the thumbs.
What is it they say? They say the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Well, yeah, we do put it there, don't we? We do. Or at least it feels like it.
It feels like it. So that's where you start.
Yeah. In fact, there are a lot of different energy meridians which connect the head with the different areas of the body, and most of them, they come from the legs, they come from the arms, and they come up the spine, and in this particular area at the back of the neck, they come out from the center of the spinal cord and run over the top of the scalp to various terminals in the face. And these are energy meridians that are used very much and have been for thousands of years in Chinese medicine, acupuncture. So when you do a massage like this, without needing to know exactly where those meridians are, you're dealing with them on a kind of a general basis rather than a specific basis.
I mean, as you say, this environment is not the best environment for relaxation, but I think Denise is relaxing at the moment. She's nodding her head. But this, I mean, at home, anywhere, any corner of the home can be set up like this easily.
Yeah.
You don't need a special location, but somewhere that's, you know, suitable, maybe quiet.
And in fact, the floor is a good place to work because it's steady.
Yeah.
Working on a bed is very difficult, because you lean over, it sags and tips you. So these mats, it's basically just 2 yoga mats in an envelope.
Yeah.
You can put it anywhere in your house where you've got a little flat open space.
Yeah, sit on a cushion, and even if you want. And
put on a nice bit of music and just create your own special space where you can really connect with the person who's receiving, and they can relax into the pleasure of being touched.
Normally, would you say, I mean, let's say a couple are doing this. You're demonstrating at the moment because you are you're demonstrating, and you also benefit as well by doing this. But would you say normally that in a relationship, the couple should change roles all the time? I mean, it's not one person always giving the massage, the other one receiving the massage, is it?
That's absolutely right. It goes both ways, doesn't it? Yeah.
So that's important to maybe point out that don't be selfish and don't always be receiving of the massage.
Well, the ideal thing for that massage, the Touching Hearts massage training, is in fact to come with a partner.
Yeah.
And then you'll both take this reconnection step, together, and then it'll be really much easier to set it up in your home.
So both partners know.
Yeah, give and receive. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And of course the children too. Okay, so now I'm going to invite Denise just to lean back a little bit. Let yourself go, Denise. That's it. Lean back onto my chest. Do you feel okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. So with her leaning back against my chest, then she can let go her head, and I can massage it without having to hold it. When we massage lying down on the flat surface, the head is always resting on the ground, so you don't need to hold it. When you're doing a sit-up massage like this, it needs to be supported so that it can be relaxed, so that the neck can be relaxed.
But again, maybe this position brings you close together,
Absolutely, yeah.
Her head near your heart.
Yes, yes.
It's subconsciously, maybe it's just bringing everyone together in the way that the position is, set up. That automatically.
I really like this position because of that. And of course, if it's your children, and the children love giving massage once they get permission, you can sit down like this and they'll come and stand behind you and massage your head.
Yeah.
And they're so good at it because they've got no interfering preconceptions about what they're doing. It's just coming straight from their heart.
Yeah. So train them at an early age then.
Yeah. and then help them not to let it go.
Yeah, that's the important thing, I suppose,
Yeah.
isn't it? We all let it go at one point in our
You all
lives.
let it go. Okay, and now I'm using compression between my hands, which is often a very pleasant sensation, actually, to have your skull gently compressed like this. It's astonishing.
Amazing.
Because the skull's made up of a number of different bones which are all connected together, but they're not like fused. And by using these pressure compressions, you just introduce a little movement, and it helps the person really relax too. Okay. So now for the final part of the massage, I'm going to go into a silence, if that's okay.
Okay then, so we're coming towards the final 5 minutes of the massage.
Yeah.
So whilst you do that, I'll explain a bit about the courses, the introductory courses and the courses that you're doing for the main Touching Heart. Is that right with you?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. So at the moment, if you just tuned in, you are watching a couple of conversation, and my guest is Michael de Glanville, who is giving, at the moment, to my good friend and colleague Denise Phillips, a lovely Touching Hearts massage. Now, the Touching Hearts, well in fact, before I give you any more information, here is the bump that was sent to me, and I think it's very, very important. Touching someone's heart for just a few moments can touch their soul for a lifetime. In relationships, touch is an expression of the heart, just as words are a language of the mind. Learning to give loving touch that is free of agenda and to receive that gift in trusting surrender are key factors in the development of harmony between two partners. By developing the energy of the way we connect with each other, our loving communication can become so much more as we expand our skills of giving and receiving love through conscious touch. Now, the Touching Hearts course of workshops has been created by Michael de Glanville to encourage conscious touch and massage as an essential language of communication between loving hearts. The purpose is to build practical awareness of the nurturing roles of touch and massage in relationship. Couples particularly will benefit from this training, and it will also help to build essential skills for singles wishing to develop a new relationship. Interested in discovering more? Now, there have been, and there still are, introductory sessions to the main Touching Hearts training, and you can invite your partner or a friend to join you and enjoy together. The introductory sessions are taking place on Wednesday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m, and on Saturday afternoons from 2 to 4 p.m, and you can continue this until March at a number of different venues. And for more details, you can go to the website www.touchingheartsmassage.net. Now, the main Touching Hearts training program will take place in April-July 2015. It's composed of 2 separate sections, each containing 4 workshops. These workshops involve observing short massage sequences demonstrated by Michael, followed by the participants choosing a work partner from the group and giving and receiving the same massage sequence in turn. To ensure quality of teaching and supervision, the number of participants will be limited to 10. And like I said before, if you want to find out more, you can go on to the website www.touchingheartsmassage.net and contact Michael. His email address is michaeldeglanville@gmail.com. I repeat once again, michaeldeglanville@gmail.com. And if you would like more information, please contact us here at BRTK. We can put you through to Michael. We have all the details in our studios here, and you can contact me, Jan Guzzi, via the switchboard, and our telephone number for the BRTK switchboard is very easy to remember. It's 22 and 55. That's 22555555. And we still have time for these training sessions, and there is still there are places left available for the courses, so everyone is invited. And at the moment, Michael and Denise are in the middle or coming towards the end of a brief demonstration of massage, touching hearts, which is really touching someone for a few moments, but touching their soul for a lifetime. Beautiful words and beautiful massage. And that's it, yes?
Yeah.
We'll come to the end.
Yeah.
That was absolutely wonderful. Obviously, we're in a very strange situation here in the studio. You know, you said it was difficult for you to kind of get into the zone, but it was absolutely fantastic. And I never knew I'd feel such pleasure in getting my earlobes massaged. Because it was very, very localised. Did I feel very tense, or did I feel kind of normally?
No, you were pretty relaxed, actually.
Yeah.
Most people find a lot of trouble letting go of their heads.
Yeah.
It's letting go of control.
Yeah.
So if we move the head a little bit, we can pick up if it's stiff to turn. But yours was really easy, and you relaxed back.
Yeah, no, it was very, very good.
Well, it all very, very calming and very serene. Now, Denise, I mean, you know, very eloquently said that, you know, you really enjoy, you never thought that you'd be enjoying it so much in such an artificial setting like the VRTK studio with the lights and the camera and you know the crew outside watching.
I forgot where I was. But I was away.
So, from your experience before of other massages, how would you compare this as a touching hearts massage to another, let's say, you know, a Thai massage or a shiatsu or whatever?
Completely different.
Really?
This was like a spiritual experience, where the other one is more like a sport experience, if I can compare it. You know, you're getting your actual, you know, quads, your biceps, your triceps worked and everything. But this, because it was localised on my head and my neck, was just completely different. Wonderful.
And so you can imagine how maybe a partner or a mother and child could do this and maybe, you know, bond together.
Yeah, definitely.
In a different way.
And I would imagine if you were a couple coming to, you know, your classes, learning to massage each other, be even more, you know, valuable. I'm sure you get a lot of people who, you know, take a lot out of that.
Especially in the stressful life that we lead, and we sometimes forget to, you know, to love each other.
Yes.
Maybe this is a way to reconnect again, isn't it? Maybe some sort of, you know, couple counselling in a way.
And if we're not that good with words, we can let our hands talk for us.
Definitely. So would you then recommend this type of course to people out there?
I definitely would. Yeah, I would, because it's something that you can use all the time within your family. Once you've got this skill, once you can do this, it's something that you're never going to lose, and you can take it with you through the rest of your life. So.
Would you ever be interested in doing this?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to. If I had time, definitely I would.
So you definitely recommend this?
It's on my list of things to do.
Things to do list. Definitely.
Yes,
excellent
definitely.
there. So, you know, we're giving everyone out there, you know, a chance to say yes to this. And
I think also you do sort of trial, you know, tryouts at the beginning of the session, do you? If people aren't sure if it's for them or not, they can come down.
That's right.
And just sign up for...
Before signing up for the main massage training, we have these introductory sessions where they last 2 hours, and we go through a little bit the purpose of it, the motivation behind it, who it's addressed to, and then I give a demonstration in the second hour, and then everybody chooses a partner and they try it out for themselves during the session. And then they can go away with a much fuller knowledge of what it involves.
Yes, which is important. You know, people need to know what they're, you know, not letting themselves in for, but, you know, what it's all about. So whether, as you said, if it's for them or not, and, you know, whether they will be able to, you know, benefit from the course. Now, in the information that we've been given, at the moment we are having the introductory courses, aren't we? But the actual main hearts massage is taking place later on this year.
Yeah, it's divided into 2 sections, each section contains 4 Saturdays over a 2-month period. So it's like every fortnight you'd come for 1 Saturday, 7 hours of intense learning, and hopefully during those 7 hours we'll be able to do 2 sequences of demonstration, A massaging B, B massaging A, break, demonstration, A massaging B, B massaging A. So there'll be plenty of practical work.
And is this based in Chautauqua, this course?
We're programming it for the Home for Cooperation in the buffer zone, at Leisure Palace. Yeah.
Right, so anyone can come along then to...
Well, what's particular about the training, the main training once it starts, is in order to make it easy to establish a feeling of trust and confidence amongst the participants, I really want them to be there for all 4 sessions.
Right.
So I'm demanding a commitment before it begins. And then after the first 4 sessions, if they've changed their mind and they don't want to go on, they can step out. And at the same time, if they want to go on, they make the same commitment again for the second 4 sessions.
Right.
That way, the people who are in the group
Kind of bond.
They're really committed to it and they can trust in each other.
And again, I'm sure that those who want to find out more can reach you via the email address michaeldeganville@gmail.com. And also, all the information is on the website, isn't it, as well, if they want to see what's going on to follow. That's www.touchingheartsmassage.net. Although, as you said, I mean, normally you are based in Chautauqua, so people can, you know, for other things, meet you there as well, and maybe just chat with you.
And using Facebook also to announce as events the individual introductory sessions.
So there is a Touching Hearts page on Facebook as well, is there?
I'm using my own Facebook, Michael de Glanville.
Right. Okay. So
and on my timeline, there's always the dates and the times.
So maybe people can make a request to you as a friend, and then find out what's on there. Right.
And then they can just click on. There's also a group running called Conscious Touch, and the event information is on there, and they can click on the going, maybe, or declining buttons to give us an idea of who's coming in, who we can expect.
At the end, because I know that you're not training people to train others, but at the end of this course, do the participants get some sort of recognition for anything? Do they get a certificate, or is there some sort of...
Absolutely. I think it's really important that, that this step that they've taken should be recognized, even if it's just by the family, that they've wanted to improve the connection with everybody, you know, to go and do that, and then bring it back into the family and use it. I think they definitely merit a certificate for that.
Well, all I have to say now is thank you very much for coming down today to Lefkosha with your equipment and for demonstrating on Denise the wonderful Touching Hearts massage. Good luck with the courses and everything.
Thank you.
And I hope that, you know, via this course, many more people will get in tune with their inner self and maybe find some inner peace as well with the ones that they love supporting them too.
That would touch my heart.
Thank you. Well, you touch everyone's heart as well with your massages. Thank you very much, Michael. And Denise, thank you very much as well for being our guest as well on the programme.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was wonderful, really. Thank you very much.
Denise,
excellent.
Having the courage to be a receiver.
And who knows, maybe you'll be joining the course if you have the time.
Could well be.
Could well be. We'll watch your space, as they say. And with that, we've come to the end of A Cup of Conversation this week. And a big thank you to our guests once again, Denise Phillips and Michael de Glanville. And thank you for watching. And until we meet again next week for another Cup of Conversation, take care and go well. Bye-bye.